Good morning.
Good morning, Miss. How are you?
I'm fine, too. Thank you. Okay, let's we start the interview today. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Please tell me a little about yourself first.
Well, I just graduated from Columbia University of Education with bachelor's degree in education. In my senior year in college, I did an internship at Nasima International High School as an English teacher for 6 months. My role was to assist English teacher teaching inside the classroom and to help her planning the materials outside the classroom. Although it was only a short time experience, I learned a lot of things from it, such as how to manage a large classroom, how to deal with students, how to plan good teaching materials and contents.
What do you know about our school?
So I read on your website that your school is a fast-growing school and produces many outstanding students. Since a long time, your school has gained several achievements, awards, and milestones in the field of education. I also feel that if I can become a part of teacher here to advance the existing education,
So, why are you interested in working at our school?
I would like to work at Emma Willard High School because its focus on academics, characters, and community match perfectly with my own philosophy. Besides, it has brilliant reputation in academics and quality of education.
Could you please tell me the reason why you choose to pursue a teaching career?
My mother inspired me to be a teacher. She is also a teacher herself. It's amazing to see many of her former students still visit our house just to thank her. I want to be a great teacher like my mom. I just want to be remembered as someone who helps others to pursue their dream.
What are your short term goals?
I will teach and become an English teacher and be responsible for my work, of course. I will try to find teaching techniques that are fun and make students comfortable while learning. Besides, I hope that all the students I teach can accept and apply the learning that has been taught at school to their daily life. I will also make my students like the subjects that I will teach them.
Do you have any working experience related to this position?
Yes, I do. When I was in college, I once started as a teacher intern at a high school where I was involved in teaching and learning practices. There, I appreciate my expertise in teaching English language material, which is educative and conducive. That's where I found the field I wanted to enter to become an English teacher in the future.
Please specify of your strength and your weakness.
For the strength, I always use technology, and I am the first person to download a new app and give feedback to coworkers about which tech tools and gadget work best in the classroom. Also in college, I double majored in creative writing and education and minoring in art. So when it comes to decorating my classroom and coming up with great hands-on activities for my fourth graders, I feel like I have an edge. And for my weakness, I would say it's the fact that I find it hard to ask others for help. I would rather spend time trying to work it out for myself instead of simply asking others for help.
How do you deal with pursuit of stressful situation when you're teaching in a class?
To begin with, I believe in proper, effective planning of both time and lessons. Planning helps significantly reduce stress as a teacher. Secondly, I believe in maintaining a positive and happy mindset. If you are happy and positive, this rubs off on your work colleagues and also the students you are teaching.
How do you deal with students who have difficulty in learning the material you explain?
When I notice one or more students struggling with course material, I will start by writing their names and the material they seem to have difficulty with in my planner. I usually talk with them at the beginning of the school day, while other students complete warm-up activities and arrive for the day. This prevents any impression on their part, and it allows me to assure them that we are going to find the best ways to help them learn. I may rearrange seating so I can monitor their progress closely and remain close by for questions during independent work time.
Okay, what does great teacher mean to you?
For me, a good teacher is a teacher who teaches his students with heart. A teacher not only teaches knowledge to his students, but also educates them. Being a teacher doesn't only want to be someone whose words are heard, but also must be willing to listen to the difficulties faced by students. A good teacher can show a calm attitude and doesn't show flaming emotions, doesn't have bad prejudices against his students, can hide his feelings from students, and views all students as the same.
How do you find new ideas for lessons?
Some of my ideas can be from some reference journal or current educational blogs. I also try to get new ideas by watching my lecturers teach in the class. I think this method can be used or modified to suit the learning that I will teach. I also follow current educational trends and have socialized several times with subject teachers when I was a teacher intern at school.
What methods might you use to teach the lesson?
My teaching style is primarily centered on class engagement. I adapt my teaching style in order to cater for everyone and the material as much as possible. I like to use group exercises, colorful PowerPoint, and even video where possible to demonstrate my learning points. I believe this is something which increases students to interest significantly, and from my experience, leads to a better learning experience overall.
How do you determine whether students have learned the material you provided?
I make use formative assessment to measure students' learning on a daily, ongoing basis. Rather than asking students if they understand or have any questions, you can be more systematic and intentional by asking students at the end of the class period to write the most important points or the most confusing aspect of the material.
How do you maintain control in your class?
I would set boundaries from to get go. This would involve three things: respect, response, and the right approach to learning. Respect is the respect of each other and me, the teacher. Response is the process in which we abide in the classroom when either asking questions or answering questions. The right approach to learning is getting the students to understand the benefits of learning and how this impact on their future.
In your opinion, what are essential personality traits a teacher should have?
To me, patience and self-discipline are two personality traits that a teacher should have. You know, teaching can be frustrating and students can be troublesome sometimes. Only those with high patience and self-discipline can handle those kinds of situations.
How about skills then? What important skill do you think a teacher should have?
Besides communication skill, classroom management skill, organization skill, and the ability to build good and caring relationships with students and parents are the most important skill a teacher should have.
Alright, what is your perspective towards technology in the classroom?
Nowadays, technology plays important part in education. Technology in the classroom can be useful to help students learn, but it can also be a distraction for students. Thus, to use technology inside classroom effectively, the teacher should set rules to prevent the distractions.
So, will you integrate it in your lessons?
Yes, I will. I will use every technology available to help my students understand the lessons. Of course, I will set some rules first before using it. I want to provide examples of learning support applications using software such as Kahoot or other to support instruction. I will also be using Google Classroom or Edmodo so students can upload their work here, or like the current situation where it is not possible to enter class, I will use Google Meet or Zoom as a media to support learning.
Where do you see yourself after teaching in our school from now?
I see myself as a positive role model for many children at this school, and I hope to be an integral part of an amazing team you have in place, having good relationship with my colleagues and helping them with whatever they may need. I see myself satisfied with my work, yet eager to keep improving and reinventing myself as a teacher. That's where I see myself after teaching in the school from now.
Why should we hire you to be teacher here?
If you hire me as your English teacher, I can assure that you will be getting someone who is professional, self-motivated, highly organized, and purely focused on teaching the curriculum that is set by the school.
Is there anything you'd like to know?
When will I know the result of this interview?
I will inform you in no more than a week.
Nice, I'm so looking forward to hearing it. Once again, thank you so much for taking your time to interview me.
No problem. Thank you for coming. I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. You too.